heavy cream and real sugar.
Yeah.
A lot of it in order for it to mask that.
Yeah.
Is this the same place you keep complaining about?
No. Well, Dunkin' Donut, yes, but
why you keep going to that Dunkin' Donut?
no, it's not them. It's them, but it's not their making of the tea. It's their efficiency is not good.
Yeah.
But their food is nice. My muffin was wonderful. It's very delightful. This tea, however, is just giving me issues, and I feel like I've been punked. Yes. Hoodwinked
I don't know
and
if
bamboozled.
Is that bamboozled the right
It's
word?
hoodwinked.
Perhaps. Hoodwinked.
Bamboozled is a black word. What that mean? What that mean?
It means jigaboo.
No, it don't.
What's the jigaboo?
Bamboozled and hoodwinked is the same, along the same lines.
Let's Google it. Bamboozled. While we wait for people to start to trickle on.
Bamboozled and hoodwinked.
Bamboozled means...
Bamboozled.
What does bamboozle mean? Is it to trick or deceive someone, often by confusing them? Don't get bamboozled by all the jargon. She was bamboozled into telling them her credit card number. The synonym is hoodwinked.
Yeah.
Really? I didn't know that. I didn't know that they meant the same exact thing. I thought they was hoodwinked and bamboozled.
Yeah, they were just they were using hoodwinked as an adjective for bamboozled in that
Oh, they was using it as a hoodwinked. What are they using it for?
It was an adjective.
An adjective. All right, let's not get boodwinkled. Today is the 18th of September. And
it's our parents' anniversary.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yes.
How many years?
45.
How old are you?
I'm 40.
So they're 42 years.
41. I'm going to be 41 tomorrow.
Yeah, so they're 42 years.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
You came right after.
My birthday is literally next week. That's crazy. Wow. I really had it. In January, I went to go scope out places for my big birthday bash. In January.
You were scoping out places. I remember that.
I was. It was winter. I was scoping out places because I was going to have a birthday party.
Yeah.
It is now next week. And,
a whole function hall.
I got a whole function hall, boy.
And I feel like we keep saying we're going to do something, but is he planning it?
Yeah, we plan. We're going to either be in the backyard or we're going to be right here in this hallway. I get a couple of standing tables and a couple of bottles and a little music, and then we could be up here doing a little two-step.
Yeah,
for 1 hour. For 1 hour.
Why you keep saying 1 hour for?
Just because that's all I got in me, brother.
Man, please.
All right, 1.5.
No, I think we should do the little backyard gym that we had last year. Was really, really nice. I like a backyard gym.
Me too.
Last Saturday was a vibe. I don't want to do something like that.
All right.
A sweater fest.
Yes, hoodie fest.
I love that.
A sweater fest.
Wear your better sweater.
I see what you did there.
It's gotta be sweater. It could be sweat her.
Yes.
It's her. It's her. It's you.
Yes.
It's your birthday.
It's sweat.
We will celebrate your
And we will be
you
sweating.
Sweat her.
Yes, sweater fest.
Yes.
I like it.
Like it.
What's his name? Super Bones don't try to steal nothing from me.
I know, right?
You know,
Sweat and soca.
Sweaters and sweaters.
Sweaters and soca.
So let's get into this. Let's get this party on the road. Quick check-in, Miss Tony. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm fine. Everything is nice. I'm no great news to report. No, nothing bad, but I'm doing really, really well.
Good. That's good.
Yeah, I'm sleepy.
Are you gonna tell us any good news? Did we do that yesterday?
I thought we did it yesterday.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I think so.
Yesterday was just a long day.
It was a long day.
It was a long day.
It's been all the days this week have been long days.
They've been heavily packed. Maybe because we have such a scrunched due date.
Condensed.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
We have such a scrunched due date.
do we have anything to do today? Because
I know y'all got things to do.
No, but yes, we do. We have a meeting today.
We
we have a
do.
meeting today.
We do have a meeting today. And as I'm looking at my list here, I see that, we're approaching this meeting date with the same approach of last week.
Well, no, I'm gonna go because we don't have anything to do right after work. I'm gonna go home and do my work for Spark.
It's work done today.
Get work.
Put in your names.
Yep.
and put in your peoples.
What's rolling? Okay.
Rolling. What they doing?
Fellas.
It's more than one? More than two?
Yeah.
How many is that?
It's two.
Oh, I was about to go out there and ask them if they needed anything. Tristan, how was your evening?
It was good. Yesterday was cool. Got some work done. I had stuff in my old apartment from when I moved. It was in my roommate's apartment. And I finally got it yesterday.
But Tristan, when did you live in that apartment?
Oh, so I haven't been there in about 4 years now.
Can you go to my old apartment and get the rest of my stuff?
Yeah, so I got most of it, but I still didn't get all of it. So I'm gonna eventually get that after the move.
Like what kind of stuff? Is it stuff that you need?
Furniture and stuff.
Oh, what kind of furniture? What you got, Coach?
No, I had a, just some stuff, furniture.
You got a bed frame?
I got a bed frame. I got
What size is it?
full bed frame.
Did I have a mattress?
No mattress.
I don't feel years
But
old mattress.
I have a frame.
In storage?
Do I need the frame or no? I need to get.
You need the frame.
I need the frame. Let me get the frame.
And the bed head.
Yeah, I need that. I need that. And the bed. You got a bed head?
Yep.
Oh, let me get that. Because then all I gotta do is when you
Yeah,
have
mattresses.
a frame, do you still have to get a spring?
Yeah.
Do people still use spring?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. You have
But
to get a mattress and a box spring.
weird. Some of these beds don't look. Some of these beds are weird today. No. Mm-hmm. Some of them are weird. Cause some
They
of
don't
them
look like they have
use them,
spring.
right?
Yeah.
'Cause some of them are the beds with the one mattress, right?
Yeah, and I don't like. They have those low mattresses. I don't like low. I like to climb. I want to climb up on my bed.
My bed was before my. It's still high, but before my bed was probably about 5 feet in the air.
Why?
Yeah.
You literally had to climb.
You have a running start to get on your bed.
I'd hate to be tired coming in there. God damn it! Now I gotta climb this mountain to go to sleep. Boy, I tell you. We went to IKEA yesterday. I think for the most part, I probably cussed out
Everybody yesterday.
everybody yesterday.
Yeah.
IKEA got it the most because IKEA was giving me hell from start. I ordered the thing online for in-store pickup. We went and saw them yesterday. I just wanted them to be ready at the door when I got there. The girl gonna tell me I can't come get them till Saturday because they gotta reorder them out of a warehouse in Switzerland and bring them back.
Oh no.
Why is it that you can't go into the bins over here in bin 1, aisle 1, bin 86 and get me the goddamn mirror that I'm paying for
She
right
should
now?
have told you half of this ain't Target.
You don't come in 1 day delivery. So I called her an asshole. And then she was like, what did you say? And I said, I called you an asshole.
That girl was giving it back to
She
Danielle.
was. She was like, this is trash. And I said, you're trash.
They was arguing. It was funny.
Take me to the survey.
And she was like, you know, the Indian customer service girl. What did you say? Oh, you trash. I was like, yes, girl. Tell her. Don't let her talk to you any kind of
I
how.
was like, give me your name and your badge number so I can make this survey real
Not
quick.
your badge number.
Your identification number. Let me get the put me through to the survey. Let me survey you. I said I was zero.
Danielle said to the girl, who you talking to? The girl was like, who you talking to? It was funny.
Yeah, boy.
It's funny to listen to.
And then we went to IKEA and got all our stuff right then and there. And then we left and brought him back here with strong arms because we are women. I had to drive in the trunk, but we are women. Rawr.
What y'all get from the IKEA?
A mirror.
Yes, there's a big mirror out there.
And then we got all the stuff for the DJ booth to build the DJ booth in the next room. I'm so excited about that. I can't wait till the DJs is out of this damn studio. Get out. You don't belong here. Go where you came from.
Oh, we gotta get more cameras for over there too then.
Yeah, that's on the wish
true.
list.
Oh, I got one in my office. I gotta just hook it up. Anyhow, people, let's get into the show today and we'll go to it. Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music. It's Saucy and Friends in the morning. Let's go.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz. Does Matter is great music, and you will find it here.
The all-new Spark FM. Advertise your business, brand, or music on Spark FM. Contact us at sparkfmonline.com for more information. Call Spark FM at 617-272-3387.
All right, today is Wednesday, September 18th. It's 9:27 a.m. on this fine Wednesday morning. You guys have made it through the first half of the week. We're going to get over this hump today, and we are going to have a good one. It's going to be cloudy, slight chance of rain, shower, high near 80 degrees, winds in the east-southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Traffic is most likely crazy if you are on 93 or if you're on the Lever Connector or if you're anywhere. On Blue Hill Ave. Blue Hill Ave going eastbound to Dudley.
Is that east?
Is that eastbound?
I don't know. It sounded nice.
I think that is eastbound. Sorry.
It is.
Sorry.
It is. This sound easty to me.
Yes,
Yes.
because this is south.
Yes.
Mattapan is south.
Really?
Yes. It's on the
Oh.
South Shore.
Do you guys know how to use the compass properly to get where you need to go?
No, but I do have a compass on my AARP pen.
Oh.
Wow.
All right.
Well, that's all.
Well, I guess you're ready to survive.
Just in case I get lost in the woods.
It is. Let's get into the Around the Way news. Find out what's going on in the parts of the country that are closest to you. Emergency landing in Boston, a Cape Air flight. What happened? I just feel like the planes. Is it because we read the news that we're seeing it more often, or are the Boeings just Boeinging?
No, we're very, very exposed to a lot of things that we wouldn't normally be exposed to because we do the news. And it's awful because I'm too knowledgeable about things and afraid of everything.
Absolutely. Sky 5 was overhead as the plane came down on runway 22, left at approximately 3:15 p.m. Only the wheel under the aircraft's left wing was extended. No landing gear was seen under the nose or right wing. The plane, a Cessna 402C, veered to one side after touching down. The Cape Air flight departed Boston for Bar Harbor, Maine on 2:22 p.m., but records show it returned to Logan Airport. According to the airline, the pilot was alerted to a landing gear problem shortly after takeoff. You don't got to check those things prior to aircraft?
That's what I mean, yeah, like those are the things that I feel should be in the safety check, right?
Yeah, legs up, legs down, wings on, wings off, engine good, engine
The doors
not.
can open and close.
Yeah.
That's
Here goes the
weird.
story.
Yeah, let's go to him. I love him.
Here at the airport this afternoon. Thankfully, everyone is okay tonight. But again, this is the moment that small plane came in for an emergency landing here at the airport this afternoon. And we could only see the landing gear under the left wing of that twin-engine Cessna extended. And right after it came to a stop on the runway there, the pilot and two passengers quickly got off that plane. Now, that Cape Air flight took off from Logan. That was just before 2:30 this afternoon. It was headed to Bar Harbor, but shortly after takeoff, the airline says that there was a landing gear issue. The pilot circled for about an hour, but then had to land back at Logan with only one wheel down.
First Carrier 126, located declared emergency. Carrier 126, surrender, and what are your intentions? Do you want to proceed inbound to Boston at this time, or you still want to troubleshoot? I think I'm done troubleshooting.
It's not surprising that it was as smooth as it was because the captain.
That's what I was about to say. I think that landing was great.
Until he began to lose command. In other words, with the airspeed diminishing. So probably at about 40 or 50 knots, that's when he put the right wing down.
See, look, that was a very smooth one-wheeled landing.
This afternoon, we did not see any smoke when that plane landed.
Yeah,
and as
good
you
for
saw there,
him. That pilot
everyone
is
made it off
great.
that
I want to
plane
hire him
very
for all my
quickly.
flights.
Oh, wow.
Is that how it works? I can hire my own pilot?
When you get your private jet, yeah.
One day I'm going to get a private jet.
Maybe Diddy's jet hiring.
Too soon.
Boy, that's crazy. Dorchester mother and 2-year-old son shot in front of home, expected to survive, family says. That's That is great news. A Dorchester mother and child who were shot in front of their Stratton Street home Monday night are expected to survive, according to a family member. Tristan is going to pull up the clip right now so we can all hear it real time.
Here we go.
A suspect accused of shooting a 2-year-old boy right in front of their Dorchester home. Tonight, their family tells us they are both expected to survive. Investigators say it happened on Stratton Street late last night. Boston 25 News reporter Bob Ward is live there right now. And Bob, this is very unexpected news.
It really is. This shooting took place at about 11:30 last night while the mother was holding her 2-year-old son. The mother was shot in the torso. The baby was shot in the head.
Damn.
But just a short time ago, a family member came out and told us that she just visited both of them, and she said both of them are going to be okay.
My daughter is okay. My grandson doing well. I believe in God. I believe in justice.
Fatima Depina Ortiz telling us her 24-year-old daughter and her 2-year-old grandson are going to survive a disturbing double shooting outside their home late last night. It happened at 11:30 in the driveway of 81 Stratton Street. Fatima tells us it all happened so fast.
Come to the friend's house. She parked in the driveway. This happened like it quickly. Nobody know.
What did it sound like?
It was just bangs, like boom, boom, and then it was just like, oh, why are they shooting fireworks at this time, you know?
You thought they were fireworks?
Yeah, because there's a lot of people that shoot fireworks.
Neighbors tell us they heard the shots and later found out that a mother and child were hit.
Just senseless, you know what I mean? And I don't know what's going on out here today, man. I really don't.
Police say the mother was shot in the torso, the child in the head. But Fatima says both are going to survive. She tells us she forgives the shooter.
I'm going to pray for him. I'm going to pray for him.
Pretty amazing. Boston police were back on the scene for much of the day, still collecting evidence. They tell us that they suspect that the shooter ran away after firing those shots. We don't have a motive. We don't have a description of the shooter, but Boston police are asking anyone with information to give them a call. Reporting live from Boston tonight, Bob Ward for your local station, Boston 25 News.
What do somebody got to do?
That's why I said, what could be the possible reason that you would shoot at this girl holding her baby?
A 2-year-old. And then shoot the baby.
And shoot so you shot twice.
Yeah. You shot at them.
Yeah.
You shot to harm the mother and her kid. What did she do to make you feel that way? To make you feel like you would be willing more to risk your freedom, morality, going to heaven, all of the things by shooting a baby?
Yeah, it's really strange. It reminds me of the shooting in Worcester with the mother and her daughter in the car.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing that I can think of because I don't know. That's so sad. That's awful.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
This is a very interesting story. Hold on, cams. Friends of the trainee so this story, the headline is State Police trainee who died told friend about the torturous program.
Yeah.
They out here hazing to young academy children?
You reported on this story before, but yeah.
No. This happened this week.
No,
Skip it.
This is a different one?
Yeah, this happened like this week.
Go to this because this is crazy.
That's crazy. Another person?
Yeah, like what I thought that hazing was illegal.
Yeah.
I understand hazing happens in these young things and you're called a probie and things like that, but what is it? What's going on?
A full review of the death of State Police Trooper Enrique Delgado Garcia.
As governor, I'm committed to making sure that we have a full understanding of what exactly happened and that we will clearly communicate with the public on that.
The 25-year-old from Worcester died last week after a training exercise in a boxing ring at the State Police Academy in New Braintree. Delgado Garcia entered the program in April. A longtime friend tells us he described his experience as torturous.
Physically and mentally, that's what he described it as. Physically and mentally torturous. Academy's tough, but he just wouldn't, he's not going to give up, just wouldn't give up.
Did he sound like he was in trouble?
No, never saw white people in trouble.
The Worcester District Attorney, whose office is responsible for investigating, said yesterday they would turn over the case because Delgado Garcia worked in the DA's office prior to joining the academy.
I'm in touch with the Worcester County DA.
The Attorney General says she is involved in finding another agency to investigate.
I know this is a matter of urgency. I'm not going to waste any time. It is top priority because that family needs a place to go to bring all their concerns or questions.
So it's unclear exactly what type of agency or entity would take over this investigation. The Attorney General does say that she believes this investigation should stay on the state level.
So what did they say? It was a training in the boxing ring? Did they say that?
No, it's at the academy.
Yeah, but what?
There was an incident that happened in the boxing ring.
It said, yeah, something about a boxing ring, they said. What do you think he got like hit in the head or something?
CTE.
The investigation is still going on. But yeah, this is another thing. What? You said we've heard about this before?
I think no, we haven't.
Hazing. Hazing.
We have
and
done a
police.
story on hazing with the police before. Definitely.
This is envelopes with powder was sent to election officials in Massachusetts and other states. Anthrax. Yeah. The FBI and the U.S. Postal Service are investigating what they call suspicious letters that were sent to election officials in Massachusetts and at least 5 other states. Secretary of State William Galvin's office said an envelope was delivered to the John W. McCormick building at 1 Ashburton Place, where it was intercepted by the FBI. Investigators shared pictures of one of the envelopes, which they say have suspicious white powder inside. Officials said none of the packages appear to contain hazardous material. The envelopes are handwritten with Purple Heart stamps and have returned address for the United States Traitor Elimination Army. Similar incidents in Iowa, Kansas, Nebraska, Tennessee, Wyoming, and Oklahoma are also under investigation. Authorities are working to figure out who is responsible for the letters, how many were sent, and a possible motive. But there's nothing terrible in it. There's a little baby powder.
Is it baby powder? I mean, you still got to be aware. They're being sent to federal buildings. So,
and that's being sent to a lot of red states. So that definitely sounds like something going on.
We blue.
It's
what
the
they
Donald
call
Trump
suspicious
effect.
letters sent to election officials in at least 6 states and counting, including Massachusetts. The Secretary of State's office here tells us the envelope was delivered to 1 Ashburton Place, where it was intercepted by the FBI. Investigators have shared this photo of one of the envelopes, which they say does have a suspicious white powder inside. They were handwritten, the addresses were, with Purple Heart stamps. The return address is for, tough to read there, but it says the United States Traitor Elimination Army. Authorities are working to figure out who's responsible for the letters, how many were sent, as well as trying to determine a possible motive.
United States Traitor Elimination Party. Wow. Wow.
I was reading this morning, there's some group from New Hampshire called the Liberalist or something like that. And they put out a tweet yesterday saying anybody that executes Kamala Harris would be an American hero.
Wow.
And then they took it down.
Did they get arrested immediately after?
No, because they said that they took it down, and they said they took it down because their freedom of speech would be violated. And so that, like all of this foolishness, but they did have the tweet, and then they went on to explain that not to apologize for saying it, but they went on to explain why they took it down. And they don't promote violence, but they do feel that if she was taken out, that it would be.
Who said this now?
Some group, they're Liberalist from New Hampshire.
Wow.
I said, well, what world are we living in?
It has to be a parallel universe that we're living in, that we are just witnessing that I again, from the time that Donald Trump was first campaigning to be president back in 2016, I said that this is a reality show that we're living in, that Donald Trump is taping and using all of the coverage for content, because I don't believe that this could be real.
Yeah.
I don't believe that the person that is running toe to toe with the VP is an American reality show star who has a very controversial past, present, and future.
Yeah.
And this is people are seriously considering, and people are seriously convicted to vote for this man.
Yeah. This former president.
The fact that he was the president before him and he's getting less slack than the VP that has never held this kind of a high office before is insane to me.
It's insane. It's definitely
It's crazy. Old Colony Correctional Center inmate dies after being found unresponsive with assault wounds.
And where is Old Colony Correction Center?
Let's find out. An inmate at a correctional center in Bridgewater died Sunday after being found in a jail cell suffering from apparent assault wounds. Sounds like a fight happened. Yeah. Staff at the Old Colony Correctional Center responded at 3:20 p.m. for a report of a medical emergency. They found a 47-year-old inmate irresponsive and injured. The inmate was taken to a nearby hospital where he was pronounced dead. Officials said preliminary investigation indicates that assault incarcerated individual was allegedly involved in an assault. Yes, he was. This incident is under investigation by the Plymouth County District Attorney's Office and Massachusetts State Police. And I don't know if that should have been news.
That's all. They ain't got no information.
They don't have nothing. They have nothing at all for us except that he was an inmate and he was dead with apparent assault wounds. I've seen this in many shows and movies. It was most likely another inmate who weaponized normal household products, made a shank, had the prison guard stand outside or bribe them with a little change to proceed to puncture the assailant in question.
Solved it.
And there we have it, folks.
Yeah.
How it go down.
That's
Saucy Holmes.
Yes.
Saucy Holmes.
Saucy Holmes. A large main water breaks in Dorchester at Peabody Square. That's terrible. Is it Peabody Square? Yep. Crews are cleaning up after a large water main break in Boston's Dorchester neighborhood Tuesday night. Officials said the break happened in between Dorchester Ave and Ashmont Street. Video shows the roadway completely flooded out. Boston Water and Sewer is urging motorists to avoid the area until the water levels recede. This was last night. They might have where they get the I was about to say we ain't had no rain, so where they get the water from? The water main. Is the main broke? The water main broke. Speaking of rain, we will be getting some rain this coming tomorrow. We are slated for lots of good rain. We have been in a dry state for about 30 times. 30 times. 30, what is it?
Days?
Yes. So Thursday night. Thursday, showers likely, mainly from 8 a.m., patchy fog after 10 a.m., otherwise cloudy with a high near 67, northeast wind 8 to 10 mile per hour, chances of precipitation is 70% as of for tomorrow. New precipitation amounts between 1/10 and 1/4 of an inch are possible. Actually, at night too, there'll be a chance of rain, cloudy with a low around 62 degrees, northeast wind 8 to 10 miles per hour, chance of precipitation in the nighttime is about 50%. So and then on Friday as well, and Friday night.
Oh wow!
So Thursday and Friday we're gonna have some rain.
Nice,
I don't know what's
good.
gonna come, but that's gonna happen.
I like rain.
I hope it don't rain in the morning, though. I want it to rain in like the evening,
in the night.
Yeah, so we can sleep well, sleep goodly.
Wow, did y'all see the big boats parked in the harbor yesterday?
Yeah, so some big old boats. Show them.
There was something yesterday, wasn't there?
Yeah, as the big yacht goes, it was bigger than most. Eric Bender, who covers the waterfront, couldn't help but notice the Lonian decked at the commercial wharf today because the thing is enormous. It's a 285-foot-long super yacht.
Oh, wow.
How much money you got to have to afford a super yacht?
It says $160 million yacht. That costs $10 to $15 million a year to operate.
Every time I think that there's a goal in sight for me to be able to achieve, y'all come out with some crazy.
The goalpost gets moved.
Yeah, y'all keep coming out with these astronomical numbers. How I'm supposed to afford? How much money you got to have to afford to buy $160 million yacht?
Jeff Bezos.
Jeff Bezos, huh?
Mm-hmm.
And that's cheap for him.
Yeah.
That ain't nothing.
That ain't nothing for him. He got that in his couch.
In his pant pocket. And no, that doesn't sound at all like the sort of ship a Bond villain would use to visit his lair under an active volcano. So these is it one? Wow, look at that.
Show me. I can't see. I'm
trying to find
the catamaran design means you never have to wait long for
Schneider
a hoarder
says that's
to open the
15
door.
feet shorter than a football field, which means it is the size of a football field.
That is crazy.
It's a catamaran?
It's so big it has a garage to store a smaller 32-foot long boat for. We guess these quick trips to little bays that can't handle the craft's draft or wake up something, or owner and his Las Vegas billionaire Lorenza Fertitta would just get a helicopter to pick them up, because there is a helipad
on it. Oh, yeah. Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Well,
let's see it.
That's it. That's it. No, in this story right here. Yeah. Let me go to Universal Hub. Mm-hmm. In that story there, they have a couple of them in the back and the front of it. I mean, I want it. I want a yacht. That's all I want. I don't necessarily want a house. I want a houseboat. I do. Why do I want a houseboat? I want a little speedboat yacht that I can have maybe about 8 to 10
one, right?
Like 8 to 10, 8 to 12 friends could fit on it for a little. Let's go take the boat out. Ain't
this the size of the Odyssey?
You ever been on y'all ever been on a jet ski?
Yeah.
Y'all been on? I've never done that before. I'm gonna do that when I go to
a jet ski.
Yeah.
Like a jet ski.
Jet ski in the water. I've never done that before.
Wow.
Do you guys?
I want to do.
I've been seeing people jet skiing in Miami, and I'd be like,
I want to do the one that they fly you, that the boat go in front of you, and you up there.
Parasailing.
Parasailing. That's the one I want to do. Mm-hmm. And I would like to try water skiing. However, I don't know if I would be able to actually stand up, and I'm afraid of my knees buckling under the pressure.
You can't regular ski. How you gonna water ski?
So Peabody Square, we talked about Peabody Square flooding. We talk about there's rain on the way. Downtown food delivery guy punched, robbed, chased, and the suspect was actually arrested. I'm not gonna be no delivery guy if that's what y'all gonna do. Officers were advised
on a scooter.
Was advised that the victims were working as a meal delivery driver. The victim dropped off food in the doorway when he was approached by the suspect. Officers were told the suspect placed one hand into the waistband, gesturing that he had a firearm. Mm-hmm. The suspect then demanded the victim's phone before calling for other suspects, who began to surround the victim. The suspect then punched the victim before he attempted to flee. The victim was able to flee the scene in his vehicle, and a rear camera was able to capture video of the suspect chasing after him. Officers were able to positively identify the suspect through the video, as they have interacted with the suspect on multiple occasions.
So why isn't he in jail?
Exactly. Police say officers found 2 phones of the alleged robber, Tom Lee Janavier, 21. One of them belonging to the man they say he had robbed. Officers searched the suspect and recovered a large plastic bag containing crack cocaine.
I told you.
Officers also recovered 2 credit cards that did not belong to the suspect. Javanier was charged with armed robbery, assault and battery, receiving stolen property, and possession of Class B drugs with the intent to distribute, police say. Court records show Boston Municipal Court Judge Paul Tesler set bail at $5,000. Some people get bail and some people don't.
Oh, shots fired.
We'll get into that shortly as well, but y'all got to wait for that.
This fool right here, if they've had several interactions with him as a suspect,
he should have just been in jail.
Not have gotten bail.
Absolutely.
He's a career criminal.
Absolutely. And I don't trust him, and I don't want him on my streets eating up my taxpaying money.
Me either. Speaking of that, do we know what happened up the street from you the other night?
We don't know. Let me do a little Google search.
The other night when we came home, the area was blocked off near our parents' house, and we're not sure what happened. It looked like there was a heavy police presence though, and it was blocked off. Then when I was hearing the story about the mother and child shot, I thought it might have been that, but it wasn't that. So I don't know.
That would have been terrible if it happened over there. I'd be like, what y'all doing?
Right.
I don't think it was I think it was probably just random shots being fired or people, because there's no story or anything about it in the news, Dorchester. shooting. Dudley.
Folsom Street.
Let's see. 2 people shot on Dudley Street. Man, see, that's January. These are none here that we can find. But yes, there was lots of gun shellings around the corner from my home.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because Noah said he heard shots.
Yeah, so it was right at the top of the street where they were counting the shell casings. So I don't know what was going on.
Okay.
Yes. But that is the Around the Way news. We're going to go to a quick commercial break and we'll be right back. Keep it locked right here. Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music.
You're listening to Spark FM. Online.
Let's start with the big question.
The all-new Spark FM.
Did you get a call or message that mentioned Social Security that made you feel threatened or scared? That is not the Social Security Administration. Social Security will not threaten you, press you for personal information, or demand instant payment. Social Security does not accept payments by gift card, prepaid debit card, internet currency, or by mailing cash. Criminals use these forms of payment because they are hard to trace. Don't fall for it. Hang up, ignore them. Report this criminal activity to oig.ssa.gov.
Produced at U.S. Tax. Want to give your baby a head start? Get the best protection against flu and COVID-19. Because their immune system isn't fully developed at birth, babies need additional protection. When you get vaccinated while pregnant, it can keep you and your baby from getting sick. As they get older, this can result in more time in school and daycare for them, and more productive time at work for you. Vaccines are safe and effective for children as they grow. No matter where you are on your pregnancy journey, flu and COVID vaccines can boost your and your baby's natural defenses and protect your family. Stay up to date with your vaccines. Stay healthy. Talk with your trusted healthcare provider today. Brought to you by the Boston Public Health.
JP Morgan Chase is making a global commitment to break down barriers to drive inclusive economic growth all over the world. We believe there is a pressing need to help more people move up the economic ladder. That is why we are investing in communities and people to create an economy that works for all, because no community should be left behind. Right here in Boston, we're focusing that work in Dorchester, Roxbury, and Mattapan, among other neighborhoods, on improving financial health. These efforts aim to address the key drivers of the racial wealth divide head-on. We're here to empower individuals, families, and small businesses by connecting them to the tools that build generational wealth and a long-lasting legacy. Chase is investing in Boston. Chase is investing in you. Visit us at the Mattapan branch at 1617 Blue Hill Avenue, where the team is waiting to help.
Hello, I'm Marissa Jarrett Winokur. Performing on stage takes mental and physical preparation. But one thing I never thought to prepare for was cervical cancer. 91% of cervical cancers are caused by the human papillomavirus, or HPV. 1 in every 4 Americans is infected with HPV. For many people, the virus hides inside them and they never develop symptoms. But for others, HPV links directly to cancer. My cancer almost ended my career. It almost ended me. The good news is, there are vaccines that can protect you or your children from cancer. The HPV vaccine is recommended for children 11 to 12 years old, and a catch-up vaccine may be an option for teens and young adults. Talk to your doctor. You don't want HPV hiding inside of you. Go to thinkaboutthelink.org to learn more. Together, we can stop cancer before it starts.
Spark FM.
I know you nasty. She be touching on her own body.
Igniting the airwaves. Spark FM.
Said she wanna take me away. Said she wanna take me away. Said she wanna show me the way.
Join us on Facebook and Instagram at sparkfmonline.com. Turn us up.
I didn't know London.
FM.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
Spark FM. Spark FM online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music. Right before we went to break, we were talking about where we're going to get breakfast from, and we were talking about a lot of these black-owned places around here. So there's a lot that we have now, right? I feel like in the last 2 years, we have gotten a lot of black-owned. Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say a lot.
No, it's
a lot more than we had before.
It's a lot.
Because we have Estella, Hugh,
Fet Boston, Hugh,
Fet,
The Mix,
Grace by Nia, The Mix, Park 54,
Orchard,
Boston Bar and Grill, Orchard.
Yep. But what's the place?
Orchid 7.
The Jamaican spot over there next to the movie theater in Dedham.
The Well. That's been there for a little bit.
Okay.
In Randolph.
Yeah, in Randolph.
Yeah. Yep.
So that's already 8.
Cool shades.
No,
Yep.
we're mostly sit-down establishment.
Oh,
yeah.
Pretty good.
So that's 8 that
mine
just
has
came.
been open for a while, though.
Yeah, 8 new ones that have opened in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
That's very.
I feel like we're definitely missing some. Definitely.
So we're missing the one thing that you're always talking about, and that's like
always
quick breakfast.
Always.
We have Brothers and we have Silver Slipper, but other than that, where
And breakfast
else?
is not black owned.
Yes. Oh, that's
It's
true.
just
So
black
we have
occupied.
Silver Slipper.
Yep.
Where else do people go to get a quick little breakfast?
Man, I can't wait until it comes.
Yeah, I mean, we do a lot of advertising and promotion here for Finn's that's coming downstairs from us because it is slated to be a breakfast, early breakfast type of situation that goes a little bit into, afternoon and evening or whatever. But, like where else do we go?
Yeah, y'all do, Catherine. Y'all got Black Man. Y'all got Soul Food in Cambridge. What's the name of the Cambridge
Coast
spot?
Cafe.
Coast Cafe. Very good food. But the white lady.
We went there, got food, right?
The white ladies think she black.
I mean, I'm in no rush to go back.
There was good food. I had good food from there before.
What'd you have?
It's not bad. It's not.
When
I'm
you
not
guys go
saying
to
it's bad.
breakfast places, what is it that you're looking for from your breakfast? Like, are you looking for just a quick something that is an egg and a cheese?
When I want an egg and cheese sandwich, it needs to be made like the black people make it.
With love.
I need butter.
And melted and toasted bread,
and
you
yellow
want the
cheese.
and you want the egg to be
And
fresh, either poached or scrambled.
Yes.
With a nice sausage meat.
Hot sausage.
Yes. Y'all people who be ordering chicken and waffles all the time, I don't know about that.
Me.
Like that, yeah. No, I do enjoy my Silver Slipper breakfast. You know what I mean? Like, no matter what I get, I can enjoy that. But that's what I want. Like a good, I'm a meat eater, so I need to have a good protein something with my.
August said
whatever else.
Coast Cafe is not the same.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I had been hearing about that for a long time and was very anxious to go there. We literally went on a mission to go there one day and packed up the family in mommy's car and went. And I was just like, oh, this is what everybody's talking about.
See, I think my favoriteest breakfast is when I go to what's the little one down in Dorchester? Sweet Life. Because I know that I'm going to get an omelet. I know I'm going to get a nice bread. I know that when I feel to be super fat, I'm going to order a side of silver dollar pancakes with a little strawberry and whipped cream on the side. I want that immediately right. Got to him now.
Yeah, they're very consistent with their stuff, and it's gonna be it's no frills. It just is what it is. That's what I like, and I like it.
And
I don't
the
know where my
neighborhood,
favorite.
too.
Well, my favorite breakfast spot is just the neighborhood. Like I if I were still out in Somerville, working out in Somerville, I would go out there often. I love everything about the neighborhood. I think the environment is nice. The staff is always friendly. The menu is always has something that I like. The people, everything about it is good. The specials are really, really good. That cream of wheat is crack. Like, there's nothing that I don't like about the neighborhood.
It's funny. After I found the neighborhood, I kind of stopped looking for places.
Yeah.
It's like, this is my place.
No, Sound Bites is really, really good. good too.
It's really good, yeah.
Yeah. That's also in Somerville, and then right next to that
Sound
is
bites?
Ball Street. Yep.
There's one right here. Sound bites. Bites. Oh, that's just bites.
That's Bites.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever been there, Bites?
I have been to Bites.
What they got there?
Bites has a lot. It's tacos, chimis, all that stuff. But you know what I had from there? Birria ramen noodles. So ramen
Really?
noodles with the
And the birria sauce.
and the birria sauce with the birria meat, and they put like cilantro and squeeze a lime on top of it, a little bit of cheese. It was really, really good, and they serve it with like really nice toast.
Birria's only made with pork, huh?
No.
Oh, no,
It's beef.
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 Beef stragine.
Y'all don't need pork.
It's beef. I don't know.
Beef stroganoff.
No.
Nope. All right.
No.
It is time for our national and world news. Miss Tony, hit us with the news, girl.
Well, we got to start with foolishness and then go to some real stuff and then go back to foolishness.
Oh, Boston Restaurant Bar and Grill. Can't forget about them.
Yeah, their breakfast is big.
And their breakfast
was big.
It's
very big.
But not just their breakfast. Their portions on everything is pretty big.
Yeah.
And their food is very good. I will say that. Their food is good, and I've had interactions with the owner, and she's pretty pleasant.
Yes, she's cool.
If you want a big breakfast, that's where you need to go. I wish that she could develop her business more to what she wants it to be.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. Speaking of food, JD Vance uses curry fried chicken to diss Kamala, and folks say the comments are racist.
He's going too far. No, he's gone too far.
I wish he would just shut the F up forever. That's what I wish. JD Vance is catching heat for taking Laura Loomer's racist Kamala Harris diss to the next level, adding fried chicken to the mix along with a side of curry. In a recent interview on NBC News Meet the Press, Vance tells Kristen Welker, whether you're eating curry at your dinner table or fried chicken, things have gotten more explosive thanks to her policies. What does that have to do with anything? That sounds stupid to me. That sounds stupid. Vance was being asked about Loomer's recent comments aimed at the vice president, namely saying if Harris, whose mom was Indian American, got elected, the White House would smell like curry.
Here goes the clip.
Laura Loomer. Look, Laura Loomer is not affiliated with the Trump campaign.
Yes, she is.
She said something about curry in the White House that I first read about this morning, actually, because I knew that you would ask me about it. Look, Kristen, I make a mean chicken curry. I don't think that it's insulting for anybody to talk about their dietary preferences or what they want to do in the White House. I think what Laura said about Kamala Harris is not what we should be focused on. We should be focused on the policy and on the issues. And look, so yeah, do I agree with what Laura Loomer said about Kamala Harris? No, I don't. I also don't think that this is actually an issue of national import. Is Laura Loomer running for president? No. Kamala Harris is running for president, and whether you're eating curry at your dinner table or fried chicken, things have gotten more expensive thanks to her policies. Let's talk about the person running for president of the United States, not a social media personality who supports Donald Trump.
He practiced that line.
Mm-hmm.
He practiced that. He was like, "Oh, this is the zinger. This is one." Because he said whether you're eating curry chicken or fried chicken.
Mm-hmm.
So he practiced that. He thought he ate. He thought he ate.
I make a mean chicken curry. What is he, Guyanese?
No, his wife is Indian.
Guyanese Indian?
No, Indian.
I've never heard the Indian people call it chicken curry. Is that what they call it?
They know. That's what the white people call it. Donald Trump's running mate begins his response by saying he makes a mean chicken curry. And he says he doesn't agree with what Loomer said about Harris, but that's not the point. Vance goes on to say Loomer is not running for president and Harris is the nominee, and then mentions curry and fried chicken. The issue, for a lot of folks, Harris is also black, and Vance's fried chicken comment comes off as racist. Welker also pointed out that during the interview that Vance's wife, who he has 3 children with, is Indian.
That's why he said he make a mean curry chicken.
He makes a mean chicken curry. Mean chicken curry. There's an update to this, and a spokesperson for JD Vance says the media is making a story up out of thin air. Senator Vance was referring to the fact that he prefers fried chicken and his wife prefers curry chicken. Fried chicken was a staple in the Vance household when JD was a kid, as he wrote in Hillbilly Elegy.
I think it's a bad state of affairs that we are living in when a man has to have somebody come and correct his speech because he keeps on sticking his foot inside of his mouth hole. Like, I'm generally confused about why this is a good idea to continue on with JD Vance unless Donald Trump is planning to pull out of the race at the last minute. He's just doing foolishness. Can't he fire JD Vance and get somebody else? Can he do that?
JD Vance is such a bad look for your campaign.
Like, Trump is already the bad look. I'm not sure why we would like to add on to that. Like, the man can't say nothing of sensicalness. I'm very, I don't know.
I say that dog is lower than a snake full of buckshot.
Wait, that dog is lower than a what? Hold on.
And gently break him in two with my good right arm.
That's exactly what he needs. Go back, play this over, because this is...
I say that dog is lower than a snake full of buckshot.
Yes.
I'll just have to pay a visit to that blubber-headed hound and gently break him in two with my good right arm.
Yes.
Yeah. Why somebody don't say that? Somebody don't do that.
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly how he needs. There needs to be a good... How come he hasn't been attempted to be assassinated? I'm going to stop saying that because I don't think that Jesus likes when I make fun of things like that. So I'm sorry, Lord.
Please forgive me.
Please forgive me, Lord, because I don't mean it. You know my heart. It's all in jest, Jesus.
There hasn't been an assassination attempt on him because there hasn't been any assassination attempts.
Say that.
There hasn't.
Say that. Yesterday
true.
I posted these assassination attempts is looking really juicy, small A-ish.
Yes.
And this is how I'm feeling because these is people who have owned guns for a long time and know how to shoot and aim. And I'm not really noticing that they are.
There is no way that any man that was really doing an assassination attempt can be outside of your place for 12 hours, stick his little nozzle through the woods 12 hours later, and that's a real assassination attempt on a former sitting president.
No.
That's not true. That's not true. Nobody's getting that close to a former president. Mm-hmm. This other one where they said, we saw him on the rooftop, but we thought he was just looking. And then when he fired, we were surprised. Yeah, it's not true. That's not what happened.
That's not what happened.
Did they show us his body? No. Have they shown us Trump's ear? No. There has been no assassination attempts. That is fake news.
Fake news.
Fake news.
Fake news. JD Vance has admitted that he creates stories. He's admitted that they create stories. It's not happening. It's ridiculous. Key bridge collapse victims' families intend to file legal claim to hold ship company accountable, and they should. No legal loophole should ever be able to erase the value of a human life. And I agree. I agree with that. Families of the construction workers who died in the March collapse of the Francis Scott Key Bridge announced on Tuesday they plan to file a legal claim against the owner of the cargo ship that crashed into the bridge. The three families are speaking out for the first time at a news conference Tuesday afternoon hosted by National Latino Advocacy Organization CASA to seek justice and share plans to hold the ship company accountable for the deaths of their loved ones. It was go ahead, please.
We are all with you today, tomorrow,
and always.
A cry of support for the families of 6 construction workers killed when the Key Bridge collapsed into the Patapsco River back in March. Miguel Luna's wife spoke through an interpreter.
That afternoon before heading to work, he stopped by and gave me a kiss. I noticed in his screensaver a picture of us, and I was happy. I was not to know that these were the last moments I would share with my husband.
Luna's family, along with the families of Jose Minor Lopez and Dorlian Ronio Castillo Cabrera, announced Tuesday their plan to file legal action against the owner of the Dolly, Grace Ocean Private, alleging negligence.
The ship had lost power multiple times before leaving the port, and in our view, that should have led the ship to fully assess what had gone wrong and fix the problem before it left the port, and it didn't do that.
The families also want to see policy changes for immigrants who are doing essential jobs by granting them temporary protected status.
That specifically is going to help thousands and thousands of these essential workers who need work authorization to work legally in this country.
Miguel Luna's wife says he was a hard worker, a great husband, father, and grandfather. She knows it won't bring him back, but holding the shipping company accountable will bring some measure of justice and prevent this from happening to another family.
Real justice means that no son has to miss their father. No wife has to navigate this world alone. And no grandchild has to know their grandfather through a distant picture.
Oh. We reached out to Grace Ocean. They did not want to comment except to say that they anticipated this claim would be filed. Reporting live in East Baltimore, Kim Day, CWBAL TV 11 News.
What's up? I mean, how come when we talk about immigrants and stuff like that, I wonder, I understand what the Trump administration is trying to do and to cause fear in many people's lives about the immigrants that are coming over here. But then we see stories like this of people just working hard on a ship that we know that these, YT people and these black job havers are not going to want to be on. And I feel like we need people on those ships to do those jobs that they're supposed to do. And the only people that are really willing to do those things are these immigrants that are out here just looking for any type of jobs. So how come we never focus on the legal immigrants that are coming in here doing what they're supposed to do instead of worrying about fake stories on the news that y'all are making up about them eating dogs and cats? That's crazy to me.
Oh, well, speaking of eating dogs and cats... Eating the pets. They are eating the pets. Zimbabwe and Namibia will kill scores of elephants to feed people facing the drought.
Why do they want to kill these elephants so bad?
Zimbabwe and Namibia plan to slaughter hundreds of wild elephants and other animals.
Think about it. If I got to feed a lot of people and we ain't got no food, and the only source of meat structure is one of these thousands of elephants that are just roaming around here eating the food that our family could probably eat, we have to eat the elephant, Tristan. We got to eat the elephant.
No.
I wonder what elephant meat tastes like.
What the elephant do? What the elephant produce? I'm
More
not saying
elephants.
kill the elephants,
More
but like everybody is in a circle of life and they all contribute to the atmosphere. The rats pollinate the doo-doo. And then
Namibia and Zimbabwe have announced plans to slaughter hundreds of wild elephants and other animals to feed hunger-stricken residents amid severe drought conditions in the southern African countries. Zimbabwe said Monday it would allow the killing of 200 elephants so that their meat can be distributed among needy families. Yeah. While in Namibia, is it Nambia? Or Namibia? I thought it was also Namibia. Mm-hmm. The killing of more than 700 wild animals, including 83 elephants, is underway as part of a plan announced 3 weeks ago. Tinashe Farawo, a spokesperson for the Zimbabwe National Parks and Wildlife Management Authority, said permits would be issued in needy communities to hunt elephants, and that the agency would kill some of the overall allotment of 200 animals. We will start culling as soon as we have finished issuing out permits, Farawo said. The elephants will be taken from an area where the population has become unsustainable. The hunting will take place in areas such as Hwange National Park in the country's arid west, where there has been increasing competition between humans and wildlife for food and water as rising temperatures make the resources more scarce. I just thought that was very, very interesting.
Very interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. Unfortunately,
the country's overall population of about 100,000 elephants is double what the country's national parks can sustain.
Oh, really? Wow. Very interesting.
The El Nino weather phenomenon has worsened the situation, with the parks agency in December saying that more than 100 elephants died to drought.
Oh.
Wow.
And then when they die to drought, you can't eat them then?
That's when they blow up.
That's not good meat. Oh, yeah. 9 people were killed and 2,800 plus were wounded when Hezbollah members' pagers exploded across London. At least 9 people were killed.
This was crazy. Have y'all heard about this? Have y'all seen it?
Yeah, they pagers like beepers?
The beepers blew up.
At least 9 people were killed and some 2,800 others were injured Tuesday when the pagers used by Hezbollah members exploded across Lebanon in the most serious security breach targeting the Iran-backed militant group, according to Lebanese Health Minister Firas Abiad. Abiad said during a press conference that the 2,750 wounded, 200 were in critical condition and undergoing surgery. He said the wounded were taken to 100 hospitals and most suffered injuries of the eyes and hands. A Hezbollah statement said pagers used by a number of employees in the group's various units and institutions exploded at 3:30 p.m. local time and led to the killing of a girl and 2 Hezbollah brothers and the injury of a large number of other people. The statement, which described the explosions as mysterious, said the group's agencies are currently conducting a wide-ranging security and scientific investigation to determine the reasons that led to these simultaneous explosions. In a second statement, Hezbollah held the Israeli army the full responsibility for this criminal aggression, vowing that it will certainly receive its punishment. Israel coordinated the pager attacks by affixing small explosives inside the gold Apollo brand pagers that are made in Taiwan.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Look at the video right there. So let's go.
Let me see, yeah.
Oh, damn. That's somebody dead there?
Do it again.
I think it's gonna come back. Mid-East exploding pagers. Wow. Oh, he's screaming.
And they all went off at the same time.
They all went off at 3:30 at the same time.
At least 12 civilians were killed and at least 3,000 injured.
Oh, wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Israel has not commented on the alleged involvement in the attack, but sources tell ABC News that Israel was behind the explosions.
That's awful.
Israel needs to relax, man. Israel's doing a lot.
People are saying that, they're trying to let the world know that they want war. They want
to continue the
war. Mm-hmm. No, they want a world war.
Israel?
Yeah, because why else would they go to Hezbollah? I don't know. So they're saying that it's starting to put attacks on the neighboring countries to let them know that they want war in the Middle East, not just with Palestine. They want war.
What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Yes.
I know. Kamala and Joe need to hurry up and figure out this ceasefire, though.
Mm-hmm. Has been indicted alongside au pair in the sex fetish murder case.
What's the sex fetish? That's the only reason why I left it in there. What they doing? What they was doing?
I don't know. IRS special agent indicted for murder of wife and would-be patsy in bizarre sexual fetish conspiracy double murder plot that also implicates his lover, a foreign national au pair. That's a meaty headline.
Meaty.
A Northern Virginia man has been indicted for killing his wife and another man who he is believed to have snookered into acting out a part in a complicated murder conspiracy involving his family's au pair and a fake profile on a sexual fetish website. I realized a couple days ago that I fetishize tall men. Brandon Banfield, 39, stands accused of 4 counts of aggravated murder and 1 count of use of a firearm in the commission of a felony over the February 2023 double murder, according to a press release issued Monday by the Fairfax Police Department in conjunction with the Fairfax Commonwealth Attorney's Office. On the day in question, Christine Ann Banfield, 37, was killed in her own home along with Joseph Nathan Wrighton, 39, who was not a resident of the home. Details of the alleged plot to take their lives are lurid. Several mysteries have swirled since their brutal deaths at the 2-story house on Stablebrook Way in Herndon, a medium-sized town and part of the broader Washington, D.C. metro area. Now law enforcement claims to have unraveled the story. On February 24th, 2023, I stood in the middle of a cul-de-sac street in Fairfax County and described the deaths of 2 persons inside the residential home, said the police chief. Now, 570 days later, we know the deaths of Joseph Ryan and Christine Banfield are both, in fact, murders. The first person arrested in connection with those alleged murders was Juliana Perez Magalhaes, 24, the one-time live-in nanny whose charge was the Banfield's preschool-aged daughter. As the news reported, Magalhaes was the first person to call 911 that day.
Looking for the newly filed court documents and where the case goes next. Lily?
Hey, good evening to you both. We did get a copy of that indictment now filed in Brendan Banfield's case. Now, it essentially lays out what prosecutors are alleging at this point. We do know that there are 4 counts of aggravated murder in this case. Keep in mind, there are 2 victims.
The reason that we did that, quite frankly, is we wanted to cover all our bases, make sure that the jury had every option that they could possibly want when taking a look at the evidence. So I know that it's a little unusual, but the aggravated murder statute, the way it's written in Virginia, is a quite unusual statute. We wanted to just cover our bases.
That is the Commonwealth attorney explaining why this court document lists 5 counts against Brendan Banfield. 1 is for felony firearm use. The other 4 are related to aggravated murder. The document obtained by Fox 5 today says Banfield, quote, willfully, deliberately, and with premeditation did kill and murder his wife, Christine Banfield, and another man, Joseph Ryan. Their bodies were found in the Banfield's home in February of 2023. Ryan had been shot in the head. Christine Banfield was stabbed multiple times in the neck, according to court documents. Now, Banfield's arrest comes nearly a year after the family's au pair, Juliana Perez Magalas, was arrested and charged in this case. Her trial is expected in November. Here, we are told, though, is another hearing coming up on Thursday. That is when arguments are expected over a motion from her defense team to suppress.
We know Brandon Banfield and Juliana Margalis, the family au pair, were involved in a romantic relationship at the time of the murders. I will not describe our victim Joseph Ryan's relationship with anyone involved in the case at the moment because this investigation continues. And like any criminal investigation, our probing of the facts does not end when an arrest is made.
But
we also did learn
he was shot and she was stabbed several times in the neck. Why you do 2 different things?
Like a crime of passion.
So they probably arrested those 2 because one killed each because there's such different ways.
One killed one with a shot, and one killed one with a stab.
Wow, that's awful. I mean, it be the ones you think love you.
It be the ones.
That's awful. A couple arrested over children found living in feces. They should be arrested. Dookie all over their faces, hands, and mouth. Couple arrested after multiple children allegedly found locked up in a completely disgusting apartment. An Oklahoma couple is behind bars after allowing their young children to wallow in a sad state of filth and literal feces inside their apartment. Dakota Rain, 24, and Aubriana, 22, each stand accused of 5 counts of child neglect. Officials allege the living conditions the children were subject to were unclean past the point of unsanitary, past the point of cruel. The couple's 2 boys, 3 and 4 years old, were allegedly found locked inside a bedroom with dookie on their faces. Police said they responded to a call at the residence in response to a welfare check. When the man answered the door at around 11:15 a.m. on the day in question, he appeared to have redness and marks on his face as if he had been roused from sleeping. The father of the children allegedly said he wasn't the only one home, but upon prompting, admitted that his 2 sons were upstairs and inside the sights were unnerving. The smells almost unbearable, and police allege. Dodd again reiterated that the boys were upstairs and offered to go with me to get them. I asked if I could go with him, and he said I could. I was standing just inside the door of the home, and I could see the house was extremely unkempt. There was filth everywhere, food all over the table, walls, and floors. The odor inside the house was very strong. It smelled like garbage and feces. As the father and the officer prepared to go upstairs, Dodd allegedly called Freeman to appraise her of the situation. It was the mother. The officer wrote that they could hear the boy's mother on the other end of the phone saying, "The effing cops are at my door. We need to go."
Oh, my Lord.
He said he had a hurried pace. He was trying to beat the responding officer to the top of the stairway. He opened the door after shaking, moving the knob as if it were a lock. Once the door opened, I was struck with a smell that made my stomach turn and my eyes water.
Oh, I got this.
I don't want to be anywhere that smells like
now
feces.
behind bars for what police are saying she was seen on video doing to her own son. NBC 6's Amanda Placencia is live outside of the Broward jail with the disturbing details. Amanda.
Yes, Shawan, that mother is accused of doing some terrible things to her own son. She was arrested on Tuesday, and we want to warn you that the details are quite disturbing.
That's what that was.
No, not it. That's not it. Dodd opened the door after shaking. Once the door opened, I was struck with a smell that made my stomach turn and my eyes water. I observed 2 young boys who were entirely naked immediately come out of the room as if they had been standing at the door waiting to get out. The boys both were extremely dirty, covered in feces on their faces, hands, bodies, legs, and feet.
Patients expect that they will be in pain
The children
for the
were
rest
then
of their
ushered
life.
downstairs. They went on to say that he had intended to give the children a shower and clean up the feces on the wall with paint.
Is it fun to play with poop? Is that what we're doing? Is it fun time? Are they doing artistry with their poop?
They were locked in the room and
here we go.
And
this is crazy.
They look at me, as to say, help me.
Oh.
A Metro couple is behind bars as welfare of their children draws concern from a neighbor. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. I'm Amanda Taylor.
And I'm Carl Torp. That neighbor called police and later learned her hunch was spot on. News on Sylvia Corkill live at the Oklahoma County Jail with what police uncovered inside the family's Northwest OKC apartment.
Carl, Amanda, police entered the apartment where they say they found 2 children, 3 and 4, covered from head to toe in feces. Their bedroom walls, carpet, and furniture also covered in the same filth.
The house smelled so bad that the officer indicated that she actually was retching while she was in the house because she was overcome by the smell.
The conditions of this apartment so filthy, court filings show officers wore hazmat suits.
When someone dies, they come out and they got white uniform, polices and fire police people, and everybody was covering the parking lot.
Neighbor Barbara North, dubbed the neighborhood grandmother, called police after seeing 2 naked boys standing behind a window smeared in feces.
They would have dookie all over their face and their mouths, on their hands.
She says she tried to confront their mother and stepfather.
I'd go around the front, knock on the door, and they wouldn't even open the door.
North refused to give up, calling police and DHS.
Good for her.
It says in the Bible, whoever's done it unto a child has done it unto God.
Yep.
And and I think my calling is to be every child's grandmother.
Police responded and arrested Dakota Dodd and Aubriana Freeman.
I was so happy that finally that justice was served.
When questioned, reports showed Dodd told police his 2 stepsons were locked in their bedroom for at least 12 hours a day to ensure their mother was able to get enough sleep to keep the kids safe due to the neighborhood. Police say 3 children, 3, 4, and 11 months, were removed from the home.
I put a teddy bear on the fence and I looked up at that window and I said, you're okay now. God's got you.
Oh my gosh.
That's so sweet. There's still really good people
Both Dodd
in this
and
world.
Freeman
That's
remain
very
jailed
important.
tonight on multiple counts of child neglect. Live from the Oklahoma County Detention Center, Sylvia Corkill, Oklahoma Zone.
Wow.
That's crazy.
That is disgusting.
They
should put them in jail and have people shit on them every day.
Yeah.
I just watched a story on the lady that was the influencer in Utah with the 8 kids.
Oh, did you watch that? Did you watch the documentary?
What they did?
That lady was crazy.
Yeah, she was.
She got even crazier when the other lady moved in with her.
Yep. And they were lovers. And she left her husband for that one, right? Yeah. It's a documentary. What's her name? It was coming across my screen, but I watched that a while ago. That story is crazy. Yeah. It's a documentary on Hulu.
Can we please get to the next story because this is fascinating.
Video shows robbers.
8 passengers special. I don't know.
No.
I don't know. Jody Hildebrand.
That's what. Video shows robbers drop into a check cashing store from the ceiling in a $150,000 heist. Atlanta police were searching for 3 people in connection with the robbery, which they estimated netted $150,000.
Yo, can we? That's awesome that they did this, but I want you guys to see that TV is an influence.
I want to see it
because this is crazy.
Okay, here we go.
Inside Atlanta check cashers, an early morning drop.
Look at this.
You see a suspect feet first come through the ceiling before falling to the floor, heading straight to the employee, ordering her to the ground. As a second suspect drops in with a pink duffel bag, take a look at the front door. A customer walks into the lobby, unaware, right into a robbery. However, police say the suspects order the employee to get the customer to leave. Once the coast is clear, the suspects walk the employee to a room filled with several safes. Seconds later, she opens one and you can see the stacks of cash. A suspect takes off the Adidas bag, moves the employee to the side of the safe before packing up more than $150,000.
I'd have ran right there.
Police say what we don't see are the 2 suspects then taking the employee to a bathroom where they duct taped her. 9 minutes after dropping in through the ceiling, the suspects emerge in the back of the business, appearing to have a conversation about their ski mask. The guy on the right pulls his up before they walk out. Surprisingly, at the very same time, a woman just happened to be walking by.
She was like, what the hell? Why they jump through the They fling themselves through the roof like that.
But did they? I didn't see no gun.
They didn't have no gun.
They didn't have no gun?
No, but maybe maybe you falling from the roof is gun enough for me. Like I'm not risking to see your gun. You just came from the roof. You're very serious about this crime that you would like to commit. So I'm just gonna comply and just do where you want me to go.
Let me see your gun first.
It's right here. Pew pew.
Okay.
Well, I'm shot. Can't open the safe.
Larry said she's in.
They're not gonna kill you. They need you to open the safe.
When I was watching it at first, Larry, that's literally. I was like, I wonder if this is an inside job because I would have tried to escape many times.
Well, she was very surprised when they came down.
She did. She crawled her ass right under that thing. Like, okay, whatever you want. Because anybody that's willing to drop through a ceiling, that means you willing to do other things.
Why y'all do? Oh, because she wouldn't have let them in the door. No. Even if they showed her a gun and that be bulletproof glass over there. Mm-hmm. But yeah, these criminals is getting I don't know. They passed by the glass and protected doors. Yeah. Well, yeah.
We're gonna go to a quick commercial break. We'll come back, and when we come back, we will be getting into Sean P. Diddy columns. Because we got to talk about Sean. We'll be right back in a few minutes. Keep it locked right here. Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Trish.
Spark FM. Spark FM.
This is a message from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Travel increases your chance of getting and spreading COVID-19. Take steps to protect yourself and others. Wear a mask that completely covers your nose and mouth. Masks are required on planes, buses, trains, and other forms of public transportation traveling into, within, or outside of the U.S. and in U.S. transportation hubs such as airports and stations. Stay at least 6 feet away from others. Wash your hands often, and watch for symptoms of COVID-19. When traveling back to the U.S., you must show a negative COVID-19 test result or have documentation of recovery from COVID-19 before boarding your flight back to the U.S. Visit cdc.gov/COVID-19 travel to learn more about travel requirements and recommendations.
Finally Home is a must-read step-by-step guide that will equip any first-time home buyer with the knowledge they need to confidently make informed decisions. This book provides answers in simple and clear terms to most, if not all, of the questions you may have about credit, home ownership, and generational wealth. Finally Home equips the reader with the confidence to be engaged with the home buying process without feeling vulnerable or exploited. Tailor-made Real Estate Easy is not just a catchy hashtag. It is real estate agent and radio personality Taylor Andre's goal. A goal to simplify one of the most challenging processes you will go through as an adult. A goal to educate you properly on credit and teach you the strategies to finding the home of your dream. It is not just a good book or an easy read. It is the secret to a seamless home buying experience.
Hi, it's Tori DeVito. In every family, small conversations can make a big impact. I grew up on tour with my parents. Kind of different, but we bonded over music just like other families do over sports, camping, or other interests. And we talked. Little everyday conversations from silly to serious that built a foundation over time. Honest conversations, like when my dad shared his experiences as an alcoholic.
Your honesty about that part of your life gave me a sense of integrity that I wanted to uphold in my own life. And I was so grateful that you and Mom had become these sober, stable people who were always there for me.
I wanted you to know from someone who's been in recovery more than 30 years now that hard work is what creates success, not alcohol or other drugs, whether it's music or anything else. I said it a lot, and I'm glad you took it to heart.
Talk, they hear you. For more information about talking with your kids about underage use of alcohol and other drugs, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
Did you know that you can now get a standard Massachusetts driver's license regardless of your immigration status? To get help with your application, a list of all required documents, and nearby appointment scheduling, visit mass.gov/WFMA. Your license is your way forward, so why not get started today? Register now at mass.gov/WFMA or call 857-368-WFMA.
Spark FM.
Busy boy, make me dance. Daddy, oh, make me dance.
Igniting the airwaves. Spark FM. Join us on Facebook and Instagram at sparkfmonline.com. Turn us up.
Tell me how you want it, yeah. Call me and I'm over it.
Spark FM.
Bum 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 ba-da-dum, bum bum. Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music. It's time for our entertainment. And now for the moment you all been waiting for. Let me not sound excited because what I don't like to see is the demise of a black man. And that is a lot of y'all arguments. And that's a lot of things that's pissing me off in this world. So Sean P. Diddy Combs, when we left the show yesterday, we got breaking news that he had been confiscated by the federales. And they took him into the custody. And we were waiting word for updates. And since that time, we have had lots of updates. Miss Tony, can you get into this?
Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Diddy jailed at the MDC Brooklyn ex-home to R. Kelly and Michael Cohen.
Yep.
Diddy, welcome to MDC Brooklyn, far from Star Island, very far from Star Island. Diddy's feeling a severe reversal of fortune right now, locked up in a federal jail that's held plenty of famous people, but is also about as far from the lap of luxury as the embattled mogul's been in the at least 30 years. On the heels of the judge ordering Diddy to be held without bail, the feds shipped him out of the lower Manhattan federal courthouse and off to Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, a facility notorious for its brutal, sometimes fatal conditions. MDC Brooklyn's been the temporary home to several celeb inmates in the recent years, including R. Kelly boy, Fetty Wap, Michael Cohen, Fetty Wap, Allison Mack, and Ghislaine Maxwell.
All of them is in there?
They have been in there.
Oh.
Now Diddy will be settling into his new surroundings, a horrifically stark difference from his Miami and LA mansion lifestyle. Federal judges have called on the Bureau of Prisons for alleged inhumane conditions at the facility, and back in June, an inmate was murdered there. And then there's the food. MDC's meal plan has dinner options slated with meals like turkey roast or tofu with rice, boiled potatoes, beets, and whole wheat bread with a beverage, which sure as hell ain't a fine Italian wine. It's a far cry from Diddy's normal diet, which we hear typically includes things like duck, steak, organic veggies, shrimp, salmon, crab, and cheese platters.
That's culture a hell of a shock, huh? Because you're a billionaire.
Yeah.
You're a billionaire, so at your disposal is all the most finest foods.
Yeah.
And now you're being subjected to a little packet of bean and a little applesauce packet.
Yeah. Diddy has offered $50 million to get out of jail, and the judge says no.
So he offered a lot more than $50 million to get out of jail.
It says he's proposed a $50 million package to secure his release on bail until his trial begins. Diddy's team filed the offer with the federal court, and it's an impressive offer in terms of the assets he's willing to lay on the line. According to the docs, Diddy says his mansion on Miami Star Island would be offered up as collateral. That's worth $48 million. And his mother's Miami home would cover the remaining $2 million. He's also willing to have his travel limited to Florida, New York, and New Jersey. Presumably, he would live in Miami and travel to the New York area to face trial. Diddy says he's willing to wear a GPS monitor so the feds can track his whereabouts.
I'm going to do all the things.
Right.
All the things.
Interestingly, Diddy says he's been prepping for the day he was arrested because he paid off the remaining $18 million he owed on the Miami home, so he'd be able to offer it as collateral. Additionally, he says he informed the feds in May that he was trying to sell his private jet, and although he hasn't found a buyer yet, yet he's promised to park it in Los Angeles while he remains in Florida. As we reported, the feds have already let the judge know they don't want Diddy to be released on bail, and now we know that they will not be, as they claim he poses a danger to society and is a flight risk. In his docs, Diddy says he surrendered his passport to his attorney back in April, along with those of his mother and his children. And we now know that the judge said no bail for Diddy.
I have the rest of that story there.
Yeah, let's go to that.
All right.
Will remain behind bars until his trial on sex trafficking and racketeering charges. The judge tonight denying bail after prosecutors argued he's a flight risk who could potentially intimidate witnesses. CBS's Jerika Duncan was in the courtroom just feet away from Diddy. And Jerika, what did you see?
That's right. You know what, Nora? I was right in the front row, about 12 feet away from where Combs was sitting. And throughout, I noticed he really kept his focus on the judge, at times looking at his attorney. But it was that moment when the judge said that bail was denied that he turned around and looked at his 3 sons who were in that courtroom and softly patted his chest.
54-year-old Sean Diddy Combs was led away in handcuffs this afternoon after being denied bail. His attorney blasted the decision.
He's a fighter and he's going to fight this.
Combs was charged with sex trafficking, racketeering, and interstate transportation for prostitution following a months-long Homeland Security investigation.
Between at least 2008 and the present, Combs abused, threatened, and coerced victims to fulfill his sexual desires.
Prosecutors allege that Combs used his business empire to force women to engage in sexual acts with professional sex workers at events he called freak-offs. It was there that prosecutors say Combs was violent toward the women, alleging he would hit, kicked, threw objects at, and at times dragged victims by their hair.
The freak-offs sometimes lasted days at a time and often involved a variety of narcotics, such as ketamine, ecstasy, and GHB.
The charges come after Homeland Security raided Combs' homes in LA and Miami last March. Agents say they seized 3 AR-15s with defaced serial numbers, ammunition, narcotics, and recordings of some of the sex acts, which prosecutors say he used to manipulate his victims. Last November, Combs' former girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, filed a lawsuit alleging Combs raped, physically abused, and sex trafficked her during their 10-year relationship. Combs reached a settlement in that case, denying any wrongdoing. But 6 months later, video surfaced from 2016 showing Combs hitting, kicking, and dragging Ventura by the hair.
Oh my God.
When you were looking at a racketeering charge, which carries life in prison, when you're looking at sex trafficking charges, this is someone who really may never see the light of day.
When arguing bail denial, prosecutors pointed to Jeffrey Epstein and R. Kelly, but Combs' attorney quickly shot back and said you can't compare those cases, Nora, because they involve children who could not consent.
Jerika Duncan, thank you.
So the issue has been, it seems like he is rounding up to be one of the Epsteins.
Caliber.
Yeah, Epstein, Weinstein, the Steens, Sean Diddy Combstein. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's the same thing that's happening. What people are saying is that's what they used to do on the Bunny Ranch and things like that. And Hugh Hefner never got arrested. I'm not sure why we want many criminals to be let go.
Were they being the people in the Bunny Ranch were being abused like that?
I don't think there was any physical abuse, but there was drug use, and I don't think there was any trafficking because they would come there to be on the Bunny Ranch, so they were on their own.
Right.
So the comparison to me is crazy, and I do want us to get out of this narrative of because he's a black man and he's a wealthy black man that when he does something wrong, the rest of the world just wants to see him go down.
Right.
Like if you're a criminal, you're a criminal.
Right.
And I'm confused on what people are feeling here, and I want to open up the forum to your comments, questions, and concerns.
And I just want to say, do we think that Diddy, like, because a lot of these things happened 10 plus years ago, do we think that Diddy has changed? He's a different person now, and is that why people are willing to excuse what he did? Like, I don't understand the minds of people who are willing to overlook.
I think that
clearly evident.
People are looking for equality in the wrong way.
Okay.
Meaning, because some white men didn't get off of it, that he should be able to kind of escape prosecution in some type of way, because according to his lawyer, Diddy is a philanthropist, he's a good man, he's a businessman, all these things. And you and I were talking in the car yesterday that people have to understand in the duality of truths. Two things can be right at the same time.
Right.
He could have been he is an amazing philanthropist, and he does a lot for his community, and he is a great businessman, and he has helped a lot of careers, but he has also done a lot of very, very bad things.
Yeah.
And yes, we have to wait for the due process of court and the law and everything, but everybody's saying he did the same thing.
Yep.
So I'm not sure what's going on.
And I think that that's the thing too. You know what I mean? Like, there are a lot of cases coming out against him. There's a lot of people coming out speaking against him, but they're all very, very consistent. The fact that video came out of him beating Cassie, I think just covers everybody. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, anybody can say anything and whatever. I saw somebody said yesterday, I'm suing Diddy too because I don't know what it said. But it was just like some random thing. But yeah, you know what? Like, you did something, and now there's proof of you doing something, so now people can say that you did anything.
Yeah.
And people are gonna believe it.
Yeah. What do you think, Tristan, as a black man?
As a black man, I think that people gonna find out that Diddy was taught this culture and passed on this culture by a bunch of white men.
The white men that he was hanging out with, that we have already talked about, Epstein and Weinstein and whatever.
Not even them. I'm talking about people from the music industry. I'm talking about people like Jimmy Iovine. I'm talking about people like what's the other guy's name?
Barry Gordy.
Not that one. Jimmy Iovine. There's the other guy, but Clive Davis. Thank you. Mike Nice. Yeah, I think it's gonna be. So you're gonna start to see that this is something that's been happening in Hollywood and inside the music industry for some time now.
I seriously believe that it has. I think that at one point it was the culture of the music industry
or the entertainment industry.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Look at Bill Cosby. What he was doing was what was happening widespread at the time.
Many of the actors and stuff that have come out against a lot of different people.
We have to understand, black men have to understand, y'all are held to a different standard. Just because you are maybe in the same financial bracket doesn't mean that you can get away with the things that those white men do.
I didn't say that now, but don't put words in my mouth.
No, I'm not saying that.
I said that shouldn't excuse him. He terrorized his own community.
Yeah.
I didn't say that was an excuse. I just said that it's going to lead down to bigger,
Right. No, and maybe he was taught that. Maybe that's what he saw growing in the entertainment industry. But again, you're a black man. Yeah. You can't do what they do. You just can't.
Yep.
Because when it comes out, you're going to receive a harsher punishment.
All the time. And it doesn't, like, this is the same thing that we're seeing across the globe. Even with the presidency, we see that this woman is very, very highly educated and experienced.
Yep.
And her standard that America wants her to have is far more than what they're requiring from Donald Trump.
Absolutely.
Because he's a white man.
Yep.
And that's what we do have to realize. Like, exactly what you just said. We in the same tax bracket, but we ain't never going to be on the same playing field.
No, absolutely not.
Because the things that, even if Diddy didn't do all of this, the fact that there's just rumors associated with it, he goes down. Yep. If it was just rumors associated with a white person, they could probably get away with this. But you cannot do that. We don't have that privilege.
Donald Trump saying that he can stand in the middle of Times Square, shoot somebody and get away with it. Diddy can't fart in the middle of Times Square and get away with it.
Say that.
You got to understand that, and you have to understand that with yourself. You got a little bit too big for your damn britches, and now you're smelling your piss. So that's why it's
smelling it. That's unfortunate. The one other thing that came out is that we were talking about Kalina. She came out with a statement after Dawn Richards came out with her her suing
lawsuit.
Her lawsuit. That's it. Her lawsuit. And in the indictment reports for the whatever, they're saying that Diddy, they're concerned. The reason why the judge didn't grant him bail is because they feel like he is doing witness intimidation, whether it be soft or hard intimidation.
Oh.
The fact that he called Kalina 54 times.
Wow.
Right after Dawn dropped her lawsuit, started her lawsuit on Diddy.
Yep.
They're talking about things like that. You just calling her phone that many times is intimidation, is a form of intimidation.
Yep.
At this point, bro, go to Bali.
Right. Get out of here.
I don't
Disappear.
know.
Drop Ninja Smoke.
He offered up his passport and all of his kids' passport in that bail package.
Yep.
Like he tried his hardest to make it to just stay out of jail.
Yeah.
And that judge was like, nah, something ain't right. You're way too powerful pretty much to be outside in the world. You could figure it out. So no.
Yeah. You know who loses out a lot in this whole situation is his kids.
Yeah.
The daughters, the twin daughters, lost their mom, Kim Porter. There's of course rumors about Diddy being responsible for that. They have been staying with him. I think that they're now staying with like her family friend or something like that. How old are they? 18 or 17?
Who, the kids, the twins?
The twins.
I think they just turned 16, didn't they?
They just turned 16?
I think so.
Okay.
Or maybe 18, I don't know.
Right. Maybe they're young. So and how must that feel for them? You know what I mean? Hearing these things about your father. You heard previously about these rumors that your father may have had something to do with your mom's, death, and then now this is coming out with all this evidence.
17.
Like that's just really, really awful. They said that his 3 sons were in the courtroom with him at the time. That's even for them. You know what I mean? Like how do you I don't know.
How do you deal with that?
Yeah, it's just an all around awful situation. It's just really bad. But I don't know.
I don't know what's gonna happen with this and how that's gonna figure itself out.
I feel like there's definitely powers that be. He got some white people mad. I think it was those people that owned De Leon and was it Ciroc? I think it was the company that owned De Leon and Ciroc. He definitely, when he was trying to sue them over racism.
Yeah.
And I think that this is what took him down eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I do got to slide on over to the side. You guys gonna wrap up?
Yeah. We'll
Yep.
wrap up.
They're gonna wrap up. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Be safe. Be blessed.
Bye,
Saucy.
So as I alluded to earlier, Diddy's twin daughters hang back in Cali, and they're being cared for by a friend of Kim Porter. Diddy's sons are in New York watching their father go through an indictment in court proceedings, but his teenage twin daughters are hanging back in California with a family friend. Sources familiar with the situation told the news that Diddy's twin girls, 17-year-old Delilah and 17-year-old Jessie, the twins, are currently in Los Angeles under the care of their late mom, Kim Porter's best friend, Lala. We're told Lala has acted as a caregiver for the girls for several years, though she is not a legal guardian. Kim was found dead inside of her Toluca home back in November of 2018. A few pages are sharing pictures of Kim and the twins when they were babies today on social media. Our sources say the girls are currently attending school in LA and Lala oversees their day-to-day schedules. We're told Lala does her best to protect the girls and keep the outside noise away, and she acts as a mother figure. As we reported, Diddy was arrested Monday in New York and was indicted on sex trafficking, racketeering, and kidnapping charges. He appeared in court on Tuesday and pled not guilty, but is being held without bail. Diddy's 3 adult sons, Quincy, Justin, and Christian King Combs, showed up at the federal courthouse in Lower Manhattan to see him go before a judge for the first time. King is the twins' older brother, but the girls are hanging back in California, and our sources say they still support their father and are hopeful for his release. King and Quincy are their older brothers, right? Yeah, because Quincy is Albie Shore's son with Kim Porter. We reached out to Diddy's camp, and so far, no word back. And I can't imagine what these little girls must be going through. I wonder why the other little girl's mother. I mean, I feel like that would be nice to just have them all together at this time, but
There goes,
whatever.
Clips of them walking into court here.
King Combs?
No Stray says grown folks being freaks is not illegal. Nothing different than the Playboy mention. You're right, and I think that's true. However, when you're beating on people and abusing them, and using gallons and gallons of lubricant and baby oil and something crazy. It went left somewhere. So that's that. Cardi B and Offset are sued over non-payment for a mansion in a video. New lawsuit alleges. So it says that Cardi B is denying she and Offset didn't pay the mansion and says that she has receipts. She said she paid the homeowner $10,000 for a 24-hour use of the home and paid a realtor more when they went over time. Cardi says, and this is not the realtor's fault. They have been trying for months to settle this. It's them greedy owners with they ugly ass house. So that's just, that's another thing that's going on there. Cardi B and Offset being sued. IVF clinic known for treating Kim Kardashian is sued for throwing what? Celebrity IVF clinic sued. You threw out our embryos. Kim K, Paris, Chrissy, all former patients. A popular IVF clinic frequented by the likes of former patients, including Kim Kardashian, Chrissy Teigen, and Paris Hilton, threw a couple's previous precious embryos in the trash, and now they may not be able to have kids, at least according to a new lawsuit. That's awful. Reproductive Partners Medical Group, a Los Angeles-based fertility clinic, is being sued by Marissa Calhoun and Steven Castaneda, a couple of everyday people who say the clinic sabotaged their dreams of having children. That is very, very awful. The couple claims in October 2023 they decided to fertilize Marissa's stored eggs with Steven's sperm under the advisement of Dr. Andy Huang. They said by late October 2023, RPMG told them the eggs had been fertilized and would be placed in an incubator to grow viable embryos. Good news, or so they thought. Instead, the couple only a few days later, Dr. Heng called them up and told them they had discarded and thus destroyed all of their embryos. Awful, and they should be sued. 50 Cent clowns Diddy over freak-offs, evidence seized during the raids. 50 Cent doesn't miss a beat when it comes to clowning anyone, especially P. Diddy. 50 Cent has taken another shot at his rival, Diddy, this time clowning him over freak-off evidence seized during recent home raids. The G-Unit mogul took to Instagram on Tuesday and shared a photo of him alongside Drew Barrymore. He captioned the post, "Here I am keeping good company with Drew Barrymore, with the @Drew Barrymore show, and I don't have 1,000 bottles of lube at the house." Fifth's shot regarding the lube is the reference to details that were revealed in a press conference and a detention memo in which federal authorities laid out their findings. The Fed said they had videos of Diddy's freak-off sessions. Freak-offs were allegedly, per the indictment, elaborate and produced sex performances that Combs arranged, directed, masturbated during, and often electronically recorded that involved commercial sex workers. Diddy would, the government claims, use force, threats of force, and coercion to get women to participate. In addition, the government said that among the physical evidence discovered during the raids was other evidence of freak-offs, including over 1,000 bottles of baby oil and personal lubricant. And that, people, is the entertainment news.
Thank God.
And that, people, has been Saucy and Friends in the morning on a fine hump day, talking about thousands of bottles of lubricant and baby oil. Y'all have a great day. Get over the hump. Tomorrow is the weekend eve. It's Friday Eve, Friday Junior. We will see you tomorrow. Lots of great news
in the building
and
tomorrow
things.
as well.
We have guests in the building tomorrow. So look, we're looking forward to that. Thank you all for tuning in, and we will be with you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Good morning. You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
Let's start with the big question.
The all-new Spark FM.
Did you get a call or message that mentioned Social Security that made you feel threatened or scared? That is not the Social Security.